Because I'd watched you in UFC and you were unbelievable, just an incredible tour de force. And when you took on Tyson Fury, I thought, well, this could be really interesting because you've obviously got this incredible punching power. And I watched that fight. To me, you won that fight. You know, Tyson's a good friend of mine, but I posted on X at the time, I think Francis Ngannou won that fight. Did you think you won that fight?
Yeah, I think I won that fight, but I won more than a fight. You know, for me, he was a dream. For me, I was living a dream. It's something that I have been chasing for years. I have been dreaming of for years to box at that level. And then I get to that specific moment, and then they put the main show, and I was the man in the show. So it was a big win overall.
It was a huge moment.
And despite the result, I mean, I was expecting it to go that way. You know, I wasn't really expecting that I would go there and then win. They'll just give me a decision over Tyson Fury or over any type of a boxer just like that. You know, I knew that I was an outsider, but I was just there to make my point and live my dream.
But I'd been in Las Vegas to watch the Floyd Mayweather-Conor McGregor fight live with my sons, actually. And he got very easily outboxed by Mayweather. And that's why your fight with Tyson Fury was so fascinating, because Tyson Fury is one of the all-time great heavyweights, and you were pound to pound with him the entire fight, and to me, edged it. I mean, people can argue about that as much as they want, but certainly you didn't lose that fight. How satisfying was it for you to have crossed over into boxing, to take on one of the greats, and to emerge so strongly from that?
It was very satisfying, you know, because like once again, I have to get people wrong. You know, I have to shut them up.
Yeah.
He was very satisfied. I mean, in addition of living my dream, and let me tell you what, that fight was in Riyadh, and then they put on a great show, the biggest show that I ever been to, that I have ever seen, and then. The scene was ours. You know, they built this gigantic arena like from scratch in 3 months just for that fight. And then we get there, like the ring was coming from the ground, you know, like in the movie type of thing, everything. Like we have to do the rehearsal for the workout the day before come the fight day. Like that's how big the show was. They're gonna tell you like from here you're gonna have the light on your face. This is gonna happen. You're gonna turn left, and the flag gonna be here. So it was crazy.
Well, it's interesting what the Saudis are doing, isn't it, with fighting? Because I went to the Terrence Jackson fight in Los Angeles, and Eminem did the halftime show there. Which was absolutely extraordinary. You know, he did a whole half-hour set, and it made me realise that what the Saudis are doing, I think very successfully, they're bringing entertainment and sport together in a way that we've seen in certain sports, but certainly not in things like fighting, for example. So it's an interesting new way to do it.
Yeah, that was a very interesting way of doing it. And again, I have never seen anything like this. I was there like very impressed. I think we all were impressed. Everybody that was there that saw the show was impressed. Not only for the fight, just the show. The show was gigantic.
Yeah, it's entertainment.
It was like a Hollywood type of thing.
Yeah, I totally agree. Your next fight was, of course, Anthony Joshua, which didn't go as well for you. Tell me about that fight and that experience.
That fight wasn't a good fight. That fight, the whole experience wasn't good. A lot of things were off on that fight, and might just have been a bad day in the office. But a lot of things leading up to that fight wasn't right. So the whole thing is not good. Then I get to the fight. I wasn't even. Was off my timing and everything, and now I'm like, why are you off of timing? And then nothing went well. Like the first punch that wasn't even like hard that put me down. I'm like, really, like, that's when I realized that he wasn't okay, because that's not the punch that would get me down. Like, even in the Tyson Fury fight, Tyson hit me with the elbow, and I didn't even realize I get hit by the elbow until I saw the video after, you know. Then I get in the next fight, like a punch that wasn't straight, the punch that hits my hand first. I mean, that wasn't so good. And I don't want to make an excuse. I lost that fight, period. And then I decided to move on. Like, okay, next time I will get prepared better, you know. I trying to fix something that I wasn't paying attention at. Next time I should be prepared better.
Who hits harder?
Whatever he was my phone.
Right, and that's very good of you to say that. Who hits harder, the MMA guys or boxers? Who actually punches harder generally?
He depend. I would say MMA. It depends on the punch. It depends on how. But remember, like, MMA fight is like 4-ounce glove, 4-ounce gloves, and sometimes you get hit not by the gloves but by the knuckles, like, you know. So the sensation is different. Even if the punch is not like very hard, the sensation is very different because it's like bone to bone.
You remind me of somebody who I know you met in Saudi Arabia. He's a good friend of mine, Cristiano Ronaldo. And I saw the picture of you both together, and I sent him a message saying, is this guy as nice as he seems? And he went, he's just a great guy, about you. But Cristiano's mindset is exactly the same as yours. And I think it's why you guys get to be the best of the best, because he came from nothing. He had to really, I mean, not as tough a journey as you had, but certainly pretty tough. And he is a self-motivator like I've never seen. He just wants more and more and more and more, and always to be at the absolute best, and always to be a great role model. And you sound to me the same mentality.
That's what a lot of people don't know about Cristiano, actually. Myself included, even just before I met him, like back in early last year. I mean, I know that, okay, Cristiano is the best player, he's talented, is this, is that, but I didn't know the man behind the athlete, you know. Then I got a chance to meet him, and then we chat for like 30-40 minutes next to the pool. And then he was so, you know, like, maybe some stuff that you're thinking, you are not sure, it's hard, you're struggling with it, you know, and then you find out that he's exactly what he's doing or what he's been doing, you know. That also like motivate you. That I'm like, okay, so I'm doing something, I must be on the right path, you know. So yes, you're quite right. And like, look at him, like, how many players at this moment in their life are so dedicated as he is?
None.
You know.
No, I've never seen it.
And there's nothing that is chasing now. I think he has everything from the sport, but it's just like about like the mindset, the lifestyle that we were talking about earlier. Is about like dedication, hard work every day, regardless of what you're doing, of where you are, or if you have a goal or not, you know. If you have a title to attempt to or not, you keep doing it.
How long would it take you to kill me in a ring, do you think?
Well, I think maybe you might underestimate yourself. It's really hard. I don't think it's that easy to kill a man.
Really?
Basically a man that is prepared, like a man that is trained, well conditioned to endure that situation.